have the Girl Scouts of New Mexico Trails. They believe every girl has the power to make the world a better place. By helping girls in the community build courage, confidence, and character, the organization works toward its mission that every girl has their own potential, no matter what background she comes from. The organization has been serving girls in central and northern New Mexico since 1936, currently has offices in Albuquerque, Santa Fe, and Farmington. Congratulations, and let's hear from the team over at Girl Scouts of New Mexico Trails.
Girl Scouts of New Mexico Trails is honored to be recognized this year as a nonprofit of the year, especially in a time when nonprofits have had to work harder and smarter than ever before. Like many other small New Mexico nonprofits, 2020 was a difficult year for us. But instead of defining it by the challenges we faced, we look back at 2020 as the year that Girl Scouts of New Mexico Trails made and delivered over 6,000 masks to frontline healthcare workers, first responders, and members of the Navajo Nation. We donated more than 1,500 pairs of socks to homeless shelters and youth served by the APS Community Clothing Bank. We wrote and delivered more than 1,000 letters and greeting cards to nursing home residents and healthcare workers, and made 200 hygiene bags to be delivered to the homeless community via a partnership with Hope Works. We worked with other nonprofits as well, such as Make-A-Wish New Mexico, writing and delivering nearly 500 letters to Santa to benefit Make-A-Wish through a partnership with Macy's. We've also picked up trash. We've made and donated quilts of valor for veterans. We put together party kits and donated more than 45,000 boxes of Girl Scout cookies to food pantries, healthcare workers, first responders, and members of the military. Those are just some of the highlights. And while community impact is at the forefront of everything we did last year, Girl Scouts of New Mexico Trails also remained committed to the educational and emotional well-being of more than 2,000 girls in central and northern New Mexico. Through innovative leadership, amazing volunteers, and great teamwork, we successfully transitioned our educational programming and camps to a virtual delivery model focused on filling the educational gaps created by distance learning and addressing the isolation and depression experienced by girls due to the pandemic. We expanded our reach to include free online programs to all girls in New Mexico and created new program delivery options like Badge in a Box to serve those girls experiencing the digital divide. Across the state, Girl Scouts of New Mexico Trails provided virtual and hands-on activities to mitigate educational loss resulting from distance learning. Those activities provided clear pathways into today's workforce and exploration of STEM careers while opening doors to inspire girls to contribute to a more inclusive and equitable society. Those connections created with other girls in this time will diminish the long-term impact of isolation due to the pandemic and give girls the confidence they need to advocate on behalf of themselves and others. Like all nonprofits in 2020, finding financial support has been our biggest obstacle, with the challenge of reaching girls in rural and underserved populations a close second. Our transition to a digital platform was critical and costly, but it had to be done. And despite all of the successes that we've had in 2020, there are still tens of thousands of girls in New Mexico who need more emotional support and mentorship, now more than ever. Research shows that by participating in Girl Scouts, it supports the emotional and mental health of girls by ensuring that they stay safely connected to their friends and their communities. And it encourages girls to get safely outside and explore their surroundings through activities and adventures. We are determined to provide the resources to help girls and their families in this challenging time, and to be sure that all girls have a place where they feel heard, supported, and empowered. So 2021 looks pretty promising for Girl Scouts of New Mexico Trails, with a newly launched Girl Inclusion Program on the horizon, the hopeful reopening of our 2 beautiful camp properties, and the resolve, the Girl Scout grit we need to reach more girls in New Mexico. On behalf of our board of directors, our staff, and the nearly 5,000 girl and adult members of Girl Scouts of New Mexico Trails, we thank you for recognizing that it does take a village, and each and every one of you is a valued member.